Hello and welcome to Best Fountain Pen. Today we're going to be reviewing the Pelikan Pelikano. Let's see that size. Okay, so this is the box that it comes in, pretty standard. This particular fountain pen is marketed for school children, so it's a little wider than most, kind of in the overall size of the pen. It's just a slightly wider pen than what you would see in most for the thicker grip, I guess, so kids don't have those fine motor skills yet. Pretty interesting look about the pen. It's on the smaller side in terms of length or shortness, but it's definitely wider than most, especially through this section. It does have ink windows, so you can see there. They're in black, and then this is full of ink, so you're not going to be able to see them too defined, but you can see there's two ink windows, one on each side. At the end, there's just two holes. Nothing really fancy there, just two holes so that I guess if you wanted to make it an eyedropper, probably prevent you from doing that. And then this kind of weird grip over the cap that looks like it would pop off, but it doesn't. It just kind of slides, it doesn't even slide around. It just kind of holds on. And this very useless clip, sorry, but Pelikan, but there's just nothing useful about that at all. I mean, I guess it looks like a little football helmet around both sides and the top for kids. It does say Pelikan there for branding, but and then the little Pelikan logo, so you can kind of see that. And but other than that, it's a very simple pen. It does pull off and pull on, so no threads there to worry about. There's an inner cap, as there is in almost all fountain pens, I guess all fountain pens of any quality at all, and that's just to keep the water-based ink from evaporating out. So it doesn't post super securely, meaning that it wiggles a little bit, but it definitely posts on that inner cap so that it won't fall off. So that makes it easier to use. What's interesting about this pen is it comes in left or right. So you see it says right-handed, so I am right-handed, so that works out. This is a medium nib, and the only thing I can figure that I could figure out that would make a difference, because the nib is pretty standard, just like a like you would have in a Lamy Safari, just a very basic steel nib. It's not angled in a certain direction like you could with maybe an italic or some sort of a cursive italic. It's the grips. So there's little rubber grips, and you can see that one section of those has I guess little lines for better grip, and the others are just indentations. And so the indentation sits on my right middle finger very well, and then it has extra grip there for my index finger. So I'm guessing that that's the left or right hand. It's where those grips are placed. Yeah, other than that, great little pen. So comes in different nib sizes. I got the medium. This comes with an international standard long cartridge, and that's what I plugged into it from Pelikan. So I used that, but you can either syringe refill or you could buy a converter from Pelikan separately if you prefer converters. Also, it's super lightweight and very balanced, so I could see why kids would enjoy using this, but overall it's just a really great pen. I'm not a huge fan of the design or the looks of this pen. It's definitely marketed and made for children, but it's not a bad looking pen. It'd be a great beater pen for the bottom of your purse or pocketbook or wherever you keep your book bag, backpack, however you keep your pens. Definitely not a pocket pen. It's too big. But I will tell you, the plastic, it definitely feels like plastic, not resin, but the plastic does get a little bit marred just from bouncing around the bottom of my purse for the last month or so. If I were to take a close-up picture, you can kind of see some scratches on the finish. Not a big deal. It's a super cheap plastic pen. But overall, I think it's a great value for somebody, maybe like a kid or somebody that wants a really fat, cheaper fountain pen that they don't have to worry about. But we'll take a look at the writing sample next so you can see how it writes as well. So we're going to start our writing sample with the Pelikan Pelikano fountain pen that we just reviewed. So I am going to do that on Rhodia, just lined notepad. So this is the medium nib, and I am using the cartridge that they sent me inside of the pen. So it's the international long cartridge that comes with the Pelikan when you buy it. So we're going to take a look at how the medium nib writes using the included cartridge. All right, so this was the Pelikan Pelikano fountain pen writing sample, and I just included the box, so in case you had a question, it does come with the converter, the cartridge. But it's a very smooth writing fountain pen, and I didn't have any issues with the nib at all, and in fact the medium writes a true medium line, as well as just the feed is able to keep up. I'm a really quick writer, and sometimes feeds have trouble keeping up with my writing because I'll scratch things out really quickly. But I do try to slow down just for these writing reviews a little bit because people want to see what it can do, and I also been told that some people will listen to the writing reviews just to see if they can hear scratchiness. So I slowed down my speed a little bit, but when I was writing with this before, I definitely didn't slow down my speed, and it was able to keep up just fine. So great little pen for a beginner or for a child or for somebody that really likes a thick fountain pen with rubber grips.